What's going on, guys? My name is Solipsisms, back with another tutorial. I realized that the one that I did most recently was missing a few things, and there were quite a few things that I could have went into further detail on. So I'm going to focus mainly on that stuff, but I'm also going to try to teach you guys how to do blindies more consistently, as well as like just lining up your shots in general. The first thing I want to talk about is up-Aing and zooming at the same time and just practicing that motion over and over again. This clip is actually a really good example. You can see I just up-A'd and zoomed like 3 or 4 times, and then like that next shot that I hit was just like so much easier because I don't know, it's just muscle memory for me. It's really hard to break this all down, but every time I up-A I zoom pretty much, even if I'm not going to shoot somebody. It's just like to get that repetition down of like the motion itself. If you watched the first video, you'd know that I kind of went into detail about how broken the zoom mechanic actually is in this game and how important it is if you want to actually hit reaction shots because of how game breaking it actually is. But if you haven't seen that, it's like 7 minutes. Please go watch it. I'm not trying to milk you for views or anything. It's just important to know. Once you get that down, you got to work on like knowing where your opponent is. Like that's a good example right there. As you can see, I kind of kept track of him in the corner, you know, just not even really looking at him, but I know where he is. And then it just makes it easier to know where to point your gun at when you up-A. You get really good at this, you can start up-Aing kids literally across the map. Personally, I just think shots like this are so much fun, and I can only imagine like the kill cams. Like, just imagine coming out of spawn and just getting up-A'd across the map. Like, I don't know, bro. I think that shit would be so funny if I actually saw it happen to me. But beyond that, these shots are just so satisfying, and it's that much more satisfying when you know that you've spent a long time like really working at them and you get good at them and you can finally hit them. Like, it's just rewarding, which is what Gears of War is really all about. These shots are also a lot more about timing than they are accuracy. Like, of course you need to be accurate, but you also need to time your up-A. And you need to time when you zoom and when you shoot. That's kind of what I meant in the other video when I said these are 3 separate inputs. You really need to think of it that way. If you saw the other video, you would know that you don't actually have to hit your opponent to hit your opponent in this game. And it makes it much more about timing your shot as opposed to like actually hitting it. Precision helps, accuracy helps, but it's not necessarily necessary. Also, I'm making these videos because I want to see more people go for shots like this. I feel like when I played OSOC a lot, and I played it for like 2 or 3 years or however long it was out, and I never saw anybody else even go for shots like this. It was so rare when I saw people actually go for shots like this, let alone actually hit them. Especially if you're like a movement-based player, like look how satisfying that is, mixed with like a little bit of wall bouncing. That was actually, this clip sped up a little bit I'm clipping these from old montages, but still, like that is so satisfying. But that brings me to the next part of the video, which is actually blindies, because if you can learn how to hit shots like that consistently, and you can learn how to hit blindies consistently, you can like guarantee clips, and it just makes it so much more fun to play the game. Hi guys, Future Solipsisms here. I forgot to mention that the best way to hit blindies is to actually stand still because your bullet comes out straighter when you do. I'm not entirely sure how I forgot to mention that. It's pretty integral, but anyway, I hope you're enjoying the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll get back to it. So with blindies, I had a pretty straightforward way of lining them up with consistency, and I'm going to try to break down my thought process a little bit. I always tried to line their head up right above my right shoulder. You can see right there, that's actually perfect. I always lined up my shots exactly like this, right over the right shoulder. Boom, easy. And it really helps if you use the same character all the time, and you know, like I always use this Flame Grenadier all the time because I'll show you. So I couldn't find any clips with Flame Gren, but this right here, this part on his shoulder blade, any character with that on the Locust side is like perfect for lining up blindies because you can take that piece of his armor and put it like right to the left underneath their chin, like right, this is really slow, right there, and you can line it up perfectly, and it's like you can use that for like any distance. I also use Classic Baird all the time. For those of you that don't know, my real name is Damon, but you can see me doing the same thing here. I'm just putting it right above my right shoulder every time. Like it's literally perfect. You can't miss. I also used Mira a lot. You can see same concept, right shoulder, boom, easy. And one more with classic Dom right here, just to really set this in. Right shoulder, boom, easy. One thing I will say is that I've been practicing shots like these probably going on like 5 years now. It took me a really long time to get this consistent and just be able to pretty much do them whenever I wanted. So if this is something you're interested in doing, it's gonna take some time. Just like anything else in Gears of War or anything else in life, you're gonna have to practice. One more clip here just to kind of summarize everything. Blindy over the right shoulder, easy. It gets to a point where it just kind of flows. I got to a point where I did this stuff without even thinking. I knew I wasn't gonna hit that first shot, so I just went for the backup. Like, it's so crazy how good you can get if you practice. It is worth mentioning that you can do this kind of stuff in other Gears games, and the mechanics do work very similarly, but because Gears 5's aim assist and bullet mag are so strong, this is the game where these types of shots are most prominent. And because of the movement mechanics in this game, they're a lot easier to get. Like, you can actually move the way you want to on this game as opposed to like actually earning it in other games, but that's a topic for another day. I think that about wraps this up. I don't think I can go into too much further detail. I'll be honest, I don't know exactly how I did half of this shit. At least I don't think I can explain how I did half of this shit. I will say that Landon used to say you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and that's probably my biggest inspiration for playing with my HUD off like I am here, going for reaction shots, blindies, all that stuff. So to summarize it, just keep going for those shots and eventually you'll hit them, and that goes for anything in life. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Solipsisms, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Peace out.